Hey guys, how's it going? I apologize for the lack of content. I know it's been a couple of weeks since my last video. Work's been really hectic lately. I've had to work a lot more hours than I'm used to, so I apologize for the lack of content, but I'm back with another video, and this is going to be yet another top 10 video because I can't think of anything more creative. So, this one's going to be my top 10 Skillet songs of all time, according to my opinion. And for those of you who don't know, Skillet has been my favorite band ever since the Comatose era back in 2006, and a lot of their songs hold a lot of meaning to me, and that's why they've been my #1 band over the years. Even though Unleashed, their latest album that came out in 2016, is definitely the worst album that they've ever put out, but they're still my favorite band. I haven't given up on them yet. But without further ado, I have 6 honorable mentions that I'd like to talk about really fast. And my honorable mentions for the Skillet songs would be Forsaken, The Last Night, Lucy. Now, Lucy was really hard just to give an honorable mention to because that song is very good, very emotional. It would have been on my top 10 had not I thought of some other songs to go on the list. I got Forsaken, The Last Night, Lucy, Under My Skin, Hero, and What I Believe. Those are my 6 honorable mentions. Those are all fantastic songs, and if you ever get the chance, I hope you guys check them out, and I hope that you guys find them just as good as I do. But okay, on to the main list. At number 10, we have Falling Inside the Black from the album Comatose. Now, I don't think there's a single bad song on the Comatose album. That is known as Skillet's, I would go as far as to say that's Skillet's most recognizable album that they've ever done, and I understand why, because every song on there is a hit to me. And Falling Inside the Black is a very underrated song. It's probably one of the most underrated Skillet songs of all time, in my opinion. I love everything about this song. I love the lyrics. I love the guitar riffs that, well, back then that Ben Cassica incorporates into it. I just love John Cooper's gruff vocals. I mean, that's what he's known for, that really rough style that he brings. And it's a really good song if you just feel like, you know, nothing's really going your way and you're falling inside the black, pun intended. It's just a really good song to listen to if you're feeling down or if you feel angry about something. Go check this song out. It's really good. At number 9, we have Dead Inside, which this is actually a bonus track from the album Awake. I didn't expect to include a bonus track on this list, but I got to listening to this song earlier today, and it just reminded me of how excuse me. It just reminded me of how awesome I used to think the song was, because it starts off with this really cool little guitar riff, and then it goes not only into a guitar riff and a drum beat, it goes into a little violin solo mixed in with it, and I think that that's really cool. That's one thing I also like about Skillet, how they're able to, they bring a lot of orchestral elements into some of their songs. That's another thing that drew me to them early on. But Dead Inside, it's another very relatable song. Great lyrics, and I especially love the lyric that says, I think it says, "Put your mouth on mine and bring me back to life," given the imagery of someone giving someone else CPR to try to bring them back to life. And it's just really, it's a really good image. I'm sorry, something came up on my iPad, I had to close it out. But it's a very good imagery, and like I've said in previous videos, I love songs that you can knock it off, alright? My dog, every time I make one of these videos, my dog interrupts it. I love songs where you're able to see He's playing with something. I apologize. I love I love songs that make you visualize it. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, moving on. Number 8, we have Imperfection. Now this is from the album Collide. Imperfection is just, it's awesome in every single way. It has a really slow build up at the beginning with this drum beat that it's really mellow. It has a little mellow guitar riff at the beginning, and it just builds and builds and builds. And the choruses are very slow, but the verses are the verses are very slow, but the chorus is really hard hitting. It's very, it's just a mix. I can't really explain it. It's got great lyrics. It's talking about how you were made to be imperfect. You know, we all have our insecurities and we all have things about ourselves that we don't like, but the bottom line is that God made us in His image, and you know, we're imperfect. He didn't create us to be perfect. He created us to be imperfect, or at least that's my opinion anyway. And I couldn't agree more with this song. It's a great song. Go check it out. Number 7, we have Not Gonna Die. And this is from the album Rise. Not Gonna Die, this is classic Skillet. Starts off with a cool violin riff, if that's even a word. Cool violin intro, and it just gets heavier as it progresses. Another really good message, because Skillet is all about bringing positivity, and Not Gonna Die is another positive message. I love the lyrics. I love how it's talking about how, you know, they're not going to let the world hold them down, and it's like I said, it's just a great message overall. I love the instrumentation. I love Jen's vocals. Jen doing vocals on this song really does the song justice, especially in the part that she sings, where she sings, the last thing I heard was you whispering goodbye, and then I heard you flatline. That part gives me chills every time I hear it. Great song. Number 6, we have Whispers in the Dark from the album Comatose. Now, Whispers in the Dark is another one of those songs that has a slow build at first, and you hear John Cooper's distorted vocals in the beginning, and then all of a sudden you think it's just going to keep being a slow song, but then it just explodes into one of the best guitar riffs that I think Skillet has ever done. I would go as far as to say that. If you haven't listened to it, go check it out. Whispers in the Dark is one of Skillet's best songs, and I really don't think any of you would be disappointed. Number 5, we have My Obsession from the album Collide. Now, this is my favorite old school Skillet song. It's a little over 5 minutes long, and it blows me away every single time I listen to it. This is another song where you can visualize everything that John Cooper is singing about. Or at least to me you can. I mean, it's a religious message, and I know a lot of people that watch my videos, you probably aren't religious, and that's fine. You know, I'm open to, everybody's welcome to view this, and we all have our opinions, but as a religious person, that it speaks to me about how God should be our only obsession. And you know, I agree with that message. It's a message that we all stray away from, you know, I admit that, but it's a great message, and it has great instrumentation. John Cooper's gruff vocals really make this song, in my opinion. Is very gruff, and his screams are very gruff, and it's just a really good song. Number 4, we have Would It Matter. Would It Matter is another bonus song from the album Awake. Now, I connect with this song so much because a lot of what John Cooper says in this song I have felt, especially the first line that says, if I wasn't here tomorrow, would anybody care? If my time was up, I'd want to know you were happy I was there. I have latched on to that specific lyric so much in the past. But it's a great song for when you're feeling down and you feel like nobody cares. or you feel like the world is against you in some way, this is the song for you. Great song. Okay, number 3, we have Rebirthing from Comatose. What can I say? Awesome intro with the violins and the cellos mixed together. That's one of the many things that Skillet is great at. Like I said, incorporating a lot of orchestral sounds, and I really like how they do that, especially in Rebirthing. It really gets you pumped up. And the lyrics in this song are awesome. It's about, they make an analogy about being lifeless in a cocoon and like turning into someone new. That's what Rebirthing is about. Great song, and I highly recommend you check it out. Number 2, a lot of you may or may not know this song. Number 2 is Will You Be There, Falling Down, from an old school Skillet album called Alien Youth that came out back in 2001. Believe it or not, out of all the heavy songs that Skillet has, well, this is a slow song, but this is the song that actually got me into Skillet in the first place. The first songs that I liked, no, not that I liked, the first songs I was ever shown by Skillet were Rebirthing and The Last Night, and at the time, I didn't like rock music. I thought that it was too heavy. Yeah, me thinking Skillet is too heavy. That shows you how far I've come. And I didn't care for those songs at first, but then I started to listen to other songs that they had, and I didn't really like it, but then I found Will You Be There, and I really liked it, so I actually credit that song with getting me into Skillet. It's very mellow, very emotional, asking the question, will you be there when I grow cold? Will you be there when I'm falling down? Great emotional song, and John's wife, Corey, actually has a spot in this song, and she sounds phenomenal too. I highly recommend you check this out. Finally, number 1 is Those Nights. Those Nights, it's a great song for me because I relate this song back to my friendship with my best friend, because we have had many nights in the past and still to this day where we just go out and do our own thing, and we don't really worry about anything. And those are to quote a line from the song, those nights kept me alive. That's why this song is number 1 to me. It'll always be number 1 to me because that's what it makes me think of. Me and my best friend have been best friends for nearly 15 years. That's a long time. And hey, here's to 15 more, many more. But anyway, I'm going to stop it right there. What did you guys think of this video? I hope you guys enjoy it. Subscribe to my channel, leave a comment down below. Share this video with people you think might be interested in this sort of thing. And hopefully it won't be a couple more weeks before I release a new video. I hope not, fingers crossed. But anyway guys, I will see you next time. Take care.